Fellow Ugandans, I greet you all wherever you are. I'm back, although I was a little bit out of action. But today I've decided to come and speak about an issue which was burning in my heart. That is I want to respond to behind the headline which took place in May, on May the 28th, 2025. This is mutual respect and national integrity preservation, where Andrew Mwenda was ranting, saying all sorts of nonsense. I want to respond to Andrew Mwenda like this. Andrew Mwenda called the European ambassadors and the rest that they are imperialists, or they are imperialists. He does not know that in 1980s, Yoweri Museveni went and got support from the same imperialists. Ofono called them the sons of the colonialists. Ofono doesn't know that the colonialists left something good for the country done under the NRM, where Uganda is now being owned by foreign bodies. Now Mwenda was trying to lambast the ambassador, saying in the US there is killing, blah, blah, blah. Mwenda should know that the killing in the US, which he said of black people, is between black and white, but not between black and black, the way it is happening in Uganda. In Gaza, it is the Israelis and Gaza fighting. It is not the Gaza people fighting their own Gaza, the Palestinian fighting Palestinians. In Uganda, the NRM is torturing Ugandans, is jailing Ugandans, is killing Ugandans, is impoverishing Ugandans, which is two different things. You cannot compare them unless you are mad. So stop running to bring things here and there that you are justifying your reasoning of rejecting what the colonialists were saying. Those people were right. Torture is not human right. Jailing people is not human right. What happened to Edi Mutwe is unacceptable. You cannot bring anybody who was tortured under UPC the same way Edi Mutwe was tortured and put the person that, yes, here, UPC tortured this one at this level. Never. You will never find that. You even shamelessly bring the issue of Libya. Libya is suffering because of longevity, which Uganda is now working through. If Gaddafi had handed over power, maybe 20 years after taking over power from his uncle, maybe Libya would not experience what Libya is going through now. Museveni is now clocking 40. Gaddafi was 42. So what is the difference between Museveni and what is happening in Libya? Museveni is creating an environment of what is happening in Libya, in Uganda. Tomorrow, Ugandans are going to be like Libyans exactly because of the longevity you people are defending. And also, Mwenda, let me tell you, those who always run to slap the colonialists, that the colonialists did, the colonialists that, colonialists left Uganda more than 60 years ago. You cannot blame them for whatever is happening now. You can't. 60 years, if it is a human being, he is getting older now. So you cannot keep on blaming the colonialists. Oh, the colonialists, oh, the colonialists. No. If the colonialists were bad, why are Ugandans still being tortured today, Mwenda? Why are Ugandans being killed? Why are Ugandans being jailed? Why are Ugandans' land being grabbed from them? Why? Why are our environment being destroyed by the same people who say they liberated Ugandans from the bad President Roberta? Environment is killed, forests are gone, water is drying, people are suffering, and then you shout to defend people who are very destructive and they don't respect Ugandans. Very disrespectful. It is the NRA, NRM. They want power and money. They don't want anything to do with Ugandans. And you are defending. You want Ugandan to clap their hand, that you go Mwenda talk very nicely. Stop that foolishness. Even Dr. Obote, don't bring his name. Obote left the country 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Why is Uganda not stable? Why are Ugandans being arrested, being jailed, some being sodomized, some being killed, tortured? Why? Why are Ugandans being denied their rights to own land? They are grabbed. Article 29 in the constitution of NRM. The 1995 constitution is not Uganda constitution. It's an NRM NRA constitution. Article 29 and Article 237. Those two articles are a fraud. It was put by Museveni in order to grab people's land, the poor. Those who area that does not support NRM, their land must be taken away, the way it is happening in northern Uganda. So stop your nonsense. Mwenda. I will tell you at this. Imperialists did not torture Uganda to that level. They built schools, they built roads, they built hospitals. They were making good roads. At least they left something very good, the same way UPC did. But what has NRA and NRM done? They came and destroyed all those things. All. Ugandans are now suffering. You hear potholes everywhere. In the past, potholes you don't see. Even under mean roads were, even though we are tarmac, we are being maintained. I'm sorry to say, we are being maintained far much better than what the NRM, NRA is doing. Also, let me go further. In 1980, there were generals of UNLA who were coming from the north. These were insulted that they were illiterates, or they were this, they were stupid, they don't know anything. But there is no record that shows that these people jailed a child of a Ugandans under their basement, tortured them, and then start teaching them Acholi. Never. They did not do that. Or teaching them language. Never. They did not do that. Despite the war in Luero, you don't hear about sodomy. You don't hear about rape. You don't hear about torturing children, people's children. No. You don't hear. When I dare you bring any evidence, I want to ask you one question. Museveni was parading children, that those children were killed, their parents were killed by UNLA. Let me ask, were UNLA so stupid that they go and kill the parents of the children and they leave the children to go and join NRA? Would a sensible person do that? You go and kill the parents of the children and then you leave the children. The children will run to the bush to join Museveni. Is that terrible? Or it was Museveni who was doing this, killing the parents' children and then telling the children that it was UNLA that killed their children. Then the children will join them. Because UNLA, I don't think they would do that. If war happens, parents die during cross war, if the children, the UNLA find it, they would take them to the camp. There were camps that were created. So, stop defending people who are criminalizing everything in Uganda. Museveni in 1980s, when he was in Sweden, he accused Obote of killing more than 300,000 people in Luero. Why did he not take Obote to court about that, so that Obote is punished? Why has he now resorted into employing the children of the leaders he has insulted, he has accused them of killing? He is now co-opting their children so that people should not see the fakeness of Yoweri Museveni. You people are defending something that tomorrow you will cry. You will cry. Because Ugandans are not stupid. Museveni have violated almost all the rights, have even surpassed Amin. Amin at least did not grab land from the poor. Amin did not cut forests. I'm not talking about Obote, not because Obote did something about Obote's legacy is too high for any president in Uganda. It's too high. Amin did not destroy forest. Acholi ranch in Gulu was still government ranch the same way our forefathers gave to the government of Uganda. Today, what are the so-called Baswezi doing? They are doing all the machinations, dividing it, trying to steal it, extending the border, chasing people away. Those who are in government in Uganda today behave like they are foreigners. It is like they are not Ugandans. This is now what I conclude with. So stop defending something which is clearly seen. The ambassador of Germany and all those who went with him are right to tell Muhoozi that stop doing what you are doing. Because these people don't torture their people. You don't lie that in Europe they do this. You don't know what is in Europe. You don't know. You go there and live in their land and see if they jail their people, if they lock them in under their basement, just like that. You destroy medicine, health system. You destroy transport system. Ever since Museveni is just deceiving Ugandans in every election that we are building railway. You are building railway. Ever since, where is the railway line? They came when the Uganda Railway was running from Kasese to Pakwach. They came when Uganda Transport Company Union was functioning very well. They came when Uganda Commercial Bank, owned by Ugandans, were there, functioning very well. They came when Cooperative Bank for the farmers were functioning very well. If Ugandans want money, they go to the bank and loan. Now, what has Museveni created? Money lenders, thieves, his people, who are now having a lot of money, behaving that they are money lenders. All these are criminal. That should be, their record should be kept so that after Museveni is out of power, they are tracked and arrested and jailed. Sorry. The level of criminality that is being done in Uganda under Museveni is too much. Any sensible person would not defend it. You won't. Uganda are not stupid that every 5 years they go and vote Museveni. Museveni has never been voted. In 1980, nobody voted him. He never challenged UPC win. He went and challenged DP Sam Kotesa, defeating him. He never challenged UPC win. But they keep on lying that the election was rigged. Where is the evidence? Election rigging is not contested in the forest, in the bush. It's contested in the court. So anybody who talks that election of 1980 is rigged, that person is very, very stupid thing. Ugandans are not intelligent. No. Ugandans are not stupid. Election rigging, you go to court, you bring your evidence, you put it there in front of court. So let me not divert. What the foreign dignitaries went to Gulu to do, to talk to Saleh, was the right thing. But also, Salim Saleh should leave Gulu because Gulu is not a capital city. Salim Saleh is in Gulu confusing people, buying our leaders with money, monitoring on our activities. Why? He is the one who is destroying Acholi land. He is the one who is allowing Balalu to flood Gulu and Acholi land with force because Salim Saleh is there. Salim Saleh should leave Acholi land. Let him go to his home. So that we face these Balalu who are big-headed. They think now they have conquered Uganda. I say this for God and my country. Thank you.